the Deep Sea project, which we did last year for Art Miami, which is about the sea. You know, the sea as being the source of life, 3/4 of the planet. Marine conservation, rising sea levels in Miami, which Ray and I were on the same panel discussing at the Paris Art Museum recently. That was very challenging because up until a month before the project, I was, excuse my French, getting dicked around by the major sponsor who was supposed to supply shipping containers, couldn't get that nailed down. And at the last minute, Avra Jane stepped forward and she says, I have shipping containers, use my containers. So I had to pull together a project with no budget when we outset. And I went to my board of the My Art Foundation. I said, guys, if you ever wanted to cough up, this is the moment, and they all did. And they supported me, and members of my board worked very hard, including the vice president of my board, Sonia, who went out and was painting these containers physically in a dead heat in a build-out yard on 79th Street. Anyway, we pulled that together just barely in time to put it on the trucks and cart it down to Art Miami. And it was tremendously received, and very timely, to such a degree that I was overwhelmed. I mean, when ArtNet reviewed the whole week, we were the lead item that they mentioned out of everything, Art Basel, Art Miami, all of the projects that took place in Miami. So that was very challenging. And then previously in 2003 and 2004, I did large-scale exhibitions for the city of Miami called Omni Art 1, 2, and 3, which we did in the Omni area. I'd done some project in there for the city, repainting the 12 square blocks of the Omni area. Was derelict warehouses. The Performing Arts Center was almost finished, and there were bums in the street, so we did that to upgrade the neighborhood. Result of which the city came back to me and said, do something for the city of Miami that highlights Miami artists, because Art Basel comes here and they don't even know who we are. We're a party venue. So it was to bring the focus onto Miami. So we did that a couple of years in a row. In the second year, they cut our funding, and the money went somewhere to some politician, so, you know, yada, yada, yada. So after a few years, it died. But while it lived, it's kind of, you know, made a very strong impact. And that was also very challenging because there were short deadlines. There were many, many people involved, many artists involved. But it was very satisfying.